Hey, this is Jessie David from Metal Wani, and I'm here with Paul Mazurkiewicz, the drummer for Cannibal Corpse. How's it going?
Good, how are you doing?
Not too shabby. Now, you have a new album on the way. This will be your 14th studio album, Red Before Black. How is this one going to be different from the others? What kind of makes it stand out?
Well, I think it's got a pretty heavy thrash element to it, I guess, overall, maybe. And we got a really gritty guitar sound. I think that stands out, a little bit more so than the previous records. But yeah, more of the songwriting, I guess. Just like I said, a little more of an overall thrashy vibe, I guess. But very aggressive, very brutal and precise. I want to say we're very excited. Can't wait for everybody to hear it, actually. It's been a long time coming and, of course, in the making, and we took our time to craft these songs and worked very hard, and we feel this is, some of the best material we've ever come up with. So, but there you go. You got a really kind of thrashy kind of sign, more of a sound, maybe, overall. But by no means is it not Cannibal Corpse, and it is utter brutality, that's for sure.
Love it. Now, in my opinion, and I think fans will agree, Cannibal Corpse is yet to release a bad album. How do you do it?
Well, I think we just try our hardest at any given time. I mean, and then I think as you go, well, you just kind of, hopefully gain some wisdom and some knowledge, and from the previous efforts, and just over the last couple of years of just growing as a person, kind of a thing. So I think we're always striving and thriving to do our best, I guess, and to write. We do wanna put out new music. It's apparent, obviously, when we're averaging 2 albums a year here over a career, I guess, almost. Kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. When we sit down and we have to write, because of course we're under kind of some sort of time constraints there. We're not have the liberty to we'll get around to it and record whenever we want. That's not how we work. So it just comes out of us when we're ready to do it. When it needs to get done, we get it done. So I think it's just our love of playing, our love of this music and creating, and like I said, as it goes, we just seem to maybe getting better as we go. I don't know, in all aspects. We're aging like fine wine in a sense. But yeah, it is kind of insane. 30 years in, and we're all getting older here, but you know what? I think we're better than we've ever been. So pretty insane.
Still going heavy, you really are. I mean, 30 years, it's insanity, but you're still going strong, still going heavy, still kicking it old school. Now, you were saying that the new album will kind of have more of a thrash side to it, and I did find that some of the riffs on the new album are almost kind of catchy, which is rare for Cannibal Corpse. Was this intentional?
Yeah, I mean, we always try to write catchy stuff. I think we got some catchy stuff, overall. Maybe not every song, but for some reason, to me, it was almost kind of like every song on this record, I mean, we always try to write brutal and evil sounding, but catchy. And that's always kind of been our mentality and our goal in a sense. And sometimes you achieve that, I guess, and sometimes you don't. But you just keep trying, I guess. You're going to be getting some Cannibal Corpse style death metal, and it's not going to be too far off from what we do at any given time. Of course, any release, any album, any song. So. Yeah, I mean, it's just ended up being some really catchy, heavy riffs here. Some that maybe breathe a little bit more. We got a lot more breathing parts, I think, on this album. And it's just kind of a little more straightforward, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's why I said we can't wait for everybody to hear this. That's how excited we are for this record, because of the songs that we came up with. We're just like, man, I think our fans are going to really, really love it. So yeah, we're getting excited and been excited, but can't wait for everybody to hear it.
I think we're all excited too. I know I'm so stoked for this. Now, you guys came back to Mana Studios for this record. I remember during the last record we did an interview with Alex, and he said the band wanted to change things up a bit, and Mark Lewis was the perfect fit for it. Now, this time around, you are working with Erik. What made you work with him?
Well, the main really thing I think at this point in our lives and our careers, and what when we look at what we do and being gone and all that kind of stuff, I think everybody wanted to be home, and as close to home or home. If we can be home during the whole writing and recording process, well, that would be really beneficial to all of us. And I think that was our mentality. I know that was our mentality. So, really, what other studio then can we use? Technically, well, Erik's the man. He's local. I'm the farthest away that live from him. I'm about an hour away. So,
and even that's not bad.
Exactly, because you know what? I was able to come home every night. Right? You go to the studio, but then you can go home. And I think that was so important for us this time around, more so than anything. We're older, like you said, we're gone long enough as it is. Hey, any more time we can spend with the family and, the children and, the other guys that don't have kids or whatever, aren't, they can just, everyone, would love to spend as much time in being at home as possible, knowing, how hectic our schedule has been and is going to be, So then, you know what? I think we are more focused in that way too. I think the focus was better in just the routineness of it all. Yeah, you're sticking in your routine. You're not like having to go, okay, we've been writing, and then we're up and going, and now we got to go spend time and sleep in, in a hotel somewhere or wherever. I mean, we don't have to do it that way as well. That just recording doesn't have to be that way. Like all of us being there at the same time anymore. Those kind of days are over. So I looked at it as like, how beneficial it is for me, and personally, the way I looked at it, and I can go to get my drum tracks done, and I'm driving in the studio, drive home. Okay, it's going to take, it's about a week's of work. But then, you know what? When I'm done, I'm done for the time being. I can still be in that mode, and if I'm needed at the studio, right, I'm only an hour away. That's not that bad at all. I can be there knowing, we're still recording here, but I can still be home then and take care of home stuff and do that kind of thing. So I think it balanced out great for us to do this and to do it with Erik. We knew he was going to do a great job, of course, and Mark did an amazing job too. Like I said, it just came down to this whole thing of, like I was just talking about, man, being
more convenient.
It was so much better. Yeah, it worked out great.
That's good, and that is a big deal when you don't have to sleep in hotels and you get more sleep. It is more convenient. You're more comfortable. So that's good, right?
That's what it was. Being in that routine like that, I think everybody was more comfortable, right? Because everyone just came from home and, go to the studio and back and forth. There you go, So you're, and that way I think we're just more focused on, because nothing else picks at you, like if you change your routine, then things are different, that might bother you. I know it bothers me a lot. I'm kind of weird like that. So as much as I can stay in the routine, the better it's going to be for me, that's for sure.
Yeah. Now, I was admiring the album art cover because it's always so brutal. I love it. I'm a big fan. And the album Kill was released. The album art cover was kind of less gruesome compared to the previous ones, and the new album, Red Before Black, is kind of similar. It's less gruesome. Why'd you guys decide to go in that direction?
Just something different. I mean, we always want a cool piece of art. We feel that other than having the cover for Kill, which we changed and didn't have the guy holding the knife, which was supposed to be the cover. Other than that, we always want just a cool piece of art on the cover, and we feel that we've achieved it with Red Before Black and something different, I mean, we're never going to, it's not what we want to, but we're never going to outdo, say, something like Tomb of the Mutilated or Butchered at Birth, and, and then we go back and forth, because we've had covers that weren't anything, look at The Bleeding. I mean, after three of our first three releases, which the brutal art on all three, and then you come on, and then we have The Bleeding, so to us, it's like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be some brutal piece of art. Oh my God! Every time, I mean, if it happens and it happened, okay. But we're, like I said, it's not the focal point, and that's not what we're going for here. Just our view is the music is first, always has been, always will be, and then sure, let's get some cool artwork in there.
I was just gonna say, people are still gonna pick it up. People are still gonna love the new album. They're gonna love the sound,
Well, that's what we're going for. We would hope that people would buy the record just knowing it's the new Cannibal Corpse record, and it doesn't matter what the cover looks like,
Yeah.
So, and then we just wanted something a little bit different, and it was kind of cool having a piece like that with a lot of the blood, like you're the victim kind of a thing, like the killer's kind of over the top of you like that. So something cool and different. We all like it, so that's I guess the way we feel. If we're all happy with it, well, then that's all that matters.
Exactly. Now, this will be your 14th studio album. How do you continue to grow as a group while maintaining your roots?
I think you just with experience and when you're always trying to better yourself as a player, all that. I mean, you just kind of turn into a slightly different player. I guess I'm definitely a different drummer than I was, back in the early days. I can feel it, and I know I'm playing better. I'm just a better drummer overall, in a lot of ways, timing and just, execution, everything, But at the same time, I think it's just the mentality is there, of just wanting to be primal and primitive and, just pounding kind of brutality the way Cannibal was in the beginning. So that's still my attitude when I'm playing the drums, even though I may be doing it a lot better, like I said, than I was doing it back in the early days. So I think it's just a matter of, we've just seemed to, as long as we, like I said, maintain that mentality, well, then the musicianship and all that is just going to, it should get better over time, like kind of a thing, almost naturally. And, but that's what I think what we're dealing with now. I think we got that, when I listen to like the new record, it's very primitive sounding to me and just kind of a lot more organic, I guess, maybe, and it breathes more, and it seems a lot more simplistic in a lot more ways than most of our stuff more recently, maybe, and so I think, but the precision in the playing is our best. So to me, it's almost kind of like we got the best of all Cannibal, all aspects. We got that attitude. We got some heavy sounding stuff, and it's not tech at all. It's just in your face Cannibal Corpse kind of old school style, and then we got a few things that are a little more new. So I think we meshed it in very well here and got the best of all Cannibal. All Cannibal sounds throughout our whole career into one in this new record, and that's just the way it was meant to go, I guess.
I like that, the best of all worlds. I dig that. Now, I was listening to Code of the Slashers off the new album. It's everything I wanted. Do you have a favorite track off of Red Before Black?
It's tough, like I'm saying. That's why we're so excited. I'll end up naming all the songs, because I'm really excited to play them all, and I'm very, very happy the way they all turned out. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm partial to Destroyed Without a Trace because I wrote that song with Rob, and that was one that I had most the hand in, actually. So, and I think it turned out great. It turned out actually better than I would have thought it turned out, so I'm so excited for that. But then I'm playing these other songs like all of them. Only One Will Die, the openers, is a really killer song that Alex wrote, and man, I mean, I think it's one of his best that he ever wrote, actually, and I'm having such a fun time playing the song. And then right there, Code of the Slashers, that's another great song. Rob came up with that riff, and the whole beginning is just wow, so cool, evil sounding, brutal, and then the whole song in general, it's fun to play. And a song like Shedding My Human Skin, can't wait to play that one. That's just got a really great groove, and it's just a pounding tempo. So man, some really great stuff on this record that I'm very excited for, and can't wait to play, because like I said, I'm just fun and exciting.
It makes me excited hearing about it, and you guys are hitting the ground running because you're releasing the album November 3rd, then you're going on tour as well, and you're going on tour with Power Trip. I've seen them couple weeks ago. They're really great, and Gatecreeper.
Cool.
Now, do you have any Canadian tour plans?
At the moment, no. I'm sure we'll come back, and I know we'll be up there. Hopefully, we'll just do more of a Canadian run as well. But obviously, this is the whole beginning of the tour cycle and everything, and we'll always end up having at least one or maybe another North American tour in there. But yeah, Canada will not get missed, of course. Kind of strange that we're not playing Canada on this one. It is what it is, but we have such a great fan base up there all throughout Canada. So we will be up there at some point. I'm sure it will be, and at some point. I just like I said, there's nothing set in stone, so I can't even. I don't know when, but obviously the cycle will go on for a couple of years here. So I'm sure, hopefully, sometime in 2018 we're there.
I can't wait. Now, I think the drums are the most important part of any band. Who are some drummers that have influenced you?
Well, Dave Lombardo would be my biggest influence of Slayer, or previously of Slayer, unfortunately, I guess. But he was definitely my biggest influence for playing what I wanted to do, like in Cannibal Corpse. I remember hearing when I first heard Rain and Blood when it came out. We got it, putting it in, putting the cassette into the car. I remember, just blown away. I mean, and of course, we already were into Slayer, into the first album, Hell Awaits, and we loved Slayer. But this just took it to that, next level. And Lombardo, his drumming took it to that next level. And just hearing Angel of Death for that first time is just like, man, this is how I want to try to drum. This is the best. This is amazing. There's no better. This is how I want to try to be like. And so he was main inspiration, for definitely wanting us to play fast and brutal and heavy, and Slayer in general were, of course, with the way they were. But yeah, Lombardo would be my biggest influence.
Right before Blank Jumps November 3rd, if you had to sum up the album in a sentence, what would you say?
I would say it is Cannibal Corpse at its finest.
I like it. Cannibal Corpse at its finest. I like it. And is there anything you'd like your fans to know?
Well, just, we appreciate the support for the 30 years, and, can't wait for you all to hear the new album. I know you're all going to love it.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait. Thanks so much, for taking the time and chatting with me.
Oh, no problem at all. Thank you for the interview.